All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Portland Lumberjacks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
First down, Jensen. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Off the play fake. Watts out to his left. Throw left side complete to Ross. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Looking to throw. Watts over the middle. That's caught by Ross. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw. Watts. It's complete to Turbin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. He can't get, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. we're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Throwing on 1st down. Watts. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Open man is lost, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Blue landed.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go now.
Off play action. Jensen. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Jensen. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 30.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit
All
more.
right, here we go. Green 39.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Off play action. Jensen. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Gone, 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 gone. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hot.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to go down again. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Watts flushed out right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
All right, now, 56. Lucky 56.
Check 53.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky. Looking to throw on second down. Watts. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
Kill.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That's fielded in the end zone. Uses the spin. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Let's go!
Off the play fake. Jensen on the move to it. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Off play action. Jensen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And take it right on the 30. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work at it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional first down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney!
On first down, Watts throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Detroit!
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on first down, Watts being chased out left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Watts. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Lutz now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Patriot!
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Perez. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw on second down. Watts over the middle, complete. That's Ross. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards there for number 15. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looking to throw. Watts. His throw incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Throwing again. Watts. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Watts. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got three.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Jensen, caught by Nelson left side. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, Jensen. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Jensen. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Out, 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 out. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch the egg. Leopard. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 9, check 9. Detroit! Detroit!
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jensen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Got some real estate inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. 58. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 99. Check 99.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hut.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jensen dancing to his left. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Nelson. Look at the spin.
Balance.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
All right, here we go.
A handoff to Smith, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jensen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
No. Check, Patriots.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Spins by. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling. So they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
To throw on 2nd down. Watts. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, it's Pumphrey. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's what I do. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Watts steps away to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice... job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes, and when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now let's go!
They begin with a run by Smith. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Again, it's Smith. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't worry. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
And, Charles, you know what